Table is 5 statements. Statements are true for some numbers and false for other numbers. For each statement I've got to give an example for which it's true and an example for which it is false. The numbers I choose have got to be between 0 and 20. First one's been done for me. Prime numbers are odd. Well, that could be true. It's true 5, for example. 5 is an odd number and it's a prime. 2 is a prime number, but it's even, so that would be false. Right, the square of a number is larger than the number. That's true for a lot of numbers. For example, 3. 3 squared is 9. But actually the other ones it's not. For example, if you have a number smaller than 1, for example a half squared, so a half squared is a half times a half, which is a quarter, which is smaller than that. Another thing you could have is 1, because 1 squared, 1 times 1 equals 1. And it says the square of the number is larger than the number, and 1 is not bigger than 1. So you could have that. This one here could be any number as long as it's bigger than 1. So you could have 2, 5, it's got to be between 0 and 20. The highest common factor of two numbers is smaller than both numbers. Well, you could just choose two numbers and then see whether it's going to be true or false. So if I choose two numbers, for example 4 and 6, the highest common factor of those, 2 goes into this one and 2 goes into this one, so that, and 2 is smaller than both those numbers, so that's true. The highest common factor of two numbers is smaller than both numbers. Highest common factor of these two is 2, that's smaller than both numbers. But if I were to have 4 and 8, the highest common factor of those numbers is 4, and that's not smaller than both numbers, and so therefore it's false. For anyone where one's a multiple of the other, that will also be false. A number has an even number of factors. We'll try it. 2. 2 has got 1 and 2. They're the two factors, so that is true. Let's try 3. 3 is 1 times 3, so that is also true. It has an even number of factors. 4 has got 1 and 4, but also 2. That's 3 factors. It's an odd number, so you can have 4 here. Actually, you could have any square number, 1, 4, 9, or 16. The reciprocal of a number is smaller than the number. Reciprocal means 1 over, or flip it, either way you look at it. And so if I had 3, the reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. And the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3. So the reciprocal of 3 is smaller than the number, that's true. But the reciprocal of 1/3 is actually bigger, so that would be over here. And again, anything bigger than 1 will be true for the reciprocal, and anything less than 1 will be false for the number. And a third is between 0 and 20. That's another quite tricky question, but that's 7 done.